We just wanna have a good time. Hey yo, wanna have a good time.
Today on What in the Literal Hell? We respond back to YouTube's craziest comments. Now, let's cue the DJ and get this show started.
What's the matter with you?
We're sorry.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Please try again later.
boys and girls, children of all ages, act like you know.
Good morning and welcome to What in the Literal Hell. Today we're going to talk about what is the value of the human male. Stick with us. What is the value of a human male to a society he is expected to build and defend? I guess not much. In the community of men, you will oftentimes hear the fact that society values a man who has died in a war far more than they would a living male, and this is true. As a combat veteran, I can tell you that. As a combat veteran, I can testify to this. Check out your hometown or whatever town you reside in, and I will bet you will find many statues for soldiers who have died in combat or beautiful cemeteries honoring soldiers who gave the ultimate sacrifice, such as Arlington National Cemetery outside of Washington, D.C. But how many monuments represent the male figure just because he is male outside of combat or heroism? Not many, I will bet you. Now, why do I ask this? Look again. Look at your hometown or any other town, and I would guarantee you have many more statues to honor the image of woman that never went to combat or gave the ultimate sacrifice. This is the nature of the way society sees genders. Men's lives are seen as being worth value only if it is in the defense of women. Women in particular romanticize the bravery of firefighters, soldiers, policemen, and to a lesser extent the medic who places themselves in harm's way. This is the nature of females. But it is the women of society who clench their pocketbooks when a man gets on the same elevator with them and the door closes, or when he passes them on the same side of a street. And in fact, it is the mothers who teach young boys to have a sense of self-hate unless they serve the community of women. Is it not mothers and the female school teachers alike who teach boys to watch out for the stranger danger? Do you remember this class when you were in school? Is the implication here that the stranger danger is a grown man who seeks to do children harm while knowing that most children receive injury or pain by national statistics at the hands of women? You're watching MNN, the Men's Channel. While knowing that most children in American statistics receive injury or pain more at the hands of women than they ever do men in their childhood. Now, by teaching boys that men are bad prepares them to see themselves as bad men when they reach adulthood. By default, we do this. Now, but oddly enough, women desire men who are more riskier or who have a negative attitude than the males that seek to do them good. Now, when it comes to romantic books with male heroes who are willing to risk their lives for women or be aggressive to women, those romantic books topped 47 million in a 12-month period in 2021. 47 million books. The movie Titanic with Leonardo DiCaprio topped an all-time box office record for non-action movies with a gross of $2.1 billion in sales. $2.1 billion. Now, I don't need to tell you that this character was highly valued because he gave his life for a woman he only knew for a couple of days at the end of the movie. Only a couple of days. But what does this say about a society where less than 2% of men fill these type of public servant life threatening roles? Only 2%. Not much. You see, society does not romanticize women dying on the battlefield, rushing to a burning fire to save someone, or any other heroic type of endeavor. Women are simply appreciated for who they are because they are women. Society at large is instructed to appreciate women if they fail or if they succeed mightily in society. You could never get this type of appreciation as a male beyond your 3-year-old birthday. Never. You see, there's a certain expectation placed upon the backs of men that women will never have to worry about. Don't believe me? What do we call a man who does not have a job? Who sits at home all day long and watches TV while he veggies out on the couch with chips and soda? We call that man a bum or a lazy bum. Now, let's reverse the script. What do we call a woman who mimics that same behavior? We call her someone's girlfriend or wife without a job, living off a man who will be criticized for doing the very same actions. We will never be seen as the same. Now, even though society pretends to be progressive at accepting just about anything these days, any form of being, there'll never be acceptance for a man in this particular fashion. We can accept him as a builder, a defender, a financial provider, but not as a human being with the same exact rights as the people he provides for, builds for, or protects. You see, this type of behavior sends me to the message that men's lives are not valued unless they do something, as opposed to their female counterpart, whose life has value just because she is, just because she exists. Now, to answer the question of whether men are worth more dead than alive, I would have to say that society as a whole, even in his death, sees a profit in men. They see a mightier profit in his death than they do in his life. If you have watched the show Killer Wives, which airs on this channel weekly, you know that we have presented at least 26 cases now, 26 cases in which wives have killed their husbands for insurance payouts, inheritances, or his financial assets for no common cause but just to gain money. Now, because women have been authorized to treat men lower than they would a female enemy, they see no qualms in taking their men's lives to enrich their pockets in the future. What they don't realize in these cases is that insurance companies do not pay out when you murder your spouse. Most often, insurance companies won't settle for the case unless your spouse's murder is cleared by the police department with your involvement. So, if they don't see you as a suspect in a murder, you can get the insurance. And a lot of women don't see this. Now, for those of you who ask what motivated me to making this particular video, beyond viewers' complaints on this same subject, is the latest commercial from the Ladder Life Insurance Company. Remember this, the Ladder Life Insurance Company. Their new motto is life insurance so good, they're gonna want you dead. They're gonna want you dead. This video is a joke upon men. When you see it, you'll be shocked. Now, every one of their commercials, they feature a husband who at various times is on the verge of being murdered by his family for insurance. Now, although his wife and his children are unsuccessful at their venture to kill dad, they keep trying and trying in every new commercial. They literally want to kill the man for insurance. What commercial goes as far as to think that's funny? Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is not funny. If it were, this company would also feature women as targets. But if they did, society would call this dark humor. Now, dark humor because a man's life is worthless and a woman's life is highly valued. Now, one life is valued just for being and providing a monetary end to a department store purchase, nothing more. Now, although the advertisers jokingly admit at the end of the commercial that they don't pay out in the case of murder, your loved one, they missed the mark with what detectives have to unravel any day of the week in America. And that is that a man's wife has just killed her husband for insurance while being out of the house and blaming it on a fictitious intruder. It was an intruder. It was a one-armed, one-legged man, but it wasn't me. What she wanted far beyond him was the multi-million-dollar payout because she knew, as a society does, that a living man is not respected, but a dead man with insurance is worth far more than a living dude trying to earn a decent living just like his female counterpart who's respected by society. For those of you who haven't seen these appalling commercials, I'll leave several links below. I brought the wrong book though, so you can see it. Damn. For what in the little hell? This is Charles. See you again soon.
NightOutHipHop.com.
Yeah. Holy smokes, I'm no joke out the bullpen. Bringing nothing but heat, leave you hanging like clothespins. He's a beast when he goes in, ice cold frozen. The first round draft pick, #1 chosen. Drop bombs, explosion, self-promotion. And I keep moving like a flanker in motion. I'm the #1 spokesman, it's my devotion. That I'm dedicated to the rhyme is my own notion. Brown water's the potion, it put hair on your chest. Or you can put one in the air and it'll put you to rest. Sweet dreams, I'm about to fade. I got my mind on my money.
Just it.
You're watching
Just
MNN,
Just
the
it.
Men's Channel.
Just it. Because